At the end of a lost highway, there exists another place, where the constraints of conventional reality no longer apply. You may reach this place by driving deep into the night. There you will find 5 doors. Will they unlock trick or treat?
Make no attempt to reload your device. You are now entering the Hellhole.
Do you remember the first time you were left home alone? Everything probably worked out just fine, but what you're about to witness is something else. The faint groaning outside, the shifting shadows in the dark, a chilling disturbance that sends you running into the night to your neighbor's door. Only they can't help you. They aren't there. Not anymore.
From 1993, the Genesis Super Nintendo Classic. We're playing the more recent re-release, which was packaged with Ghoul Patrol. This is Zombies Ate My Neighbors, a game no doubt witnessed by many, memorable for its loving retro sort of style. 50s horror, 80s horror. It's all kind of swirled together in a heady brew of early 90s pixel playtime. I did not have the pleasure of owning this game, although I used to see the ads on the backs of comics all the time. I was very interested. Just opportunity never really presented itself, so it's nice to rejoin all of you for Halloween on this Halloween spectacular with Zombies Ate My Neighbors. I was going to say parents. My parents are fine right now. A lot to like about this. These are the zombies. A pivotal menace in the game, but by far not the only one. This is a game just filled to the brim with references to classic horror in cinema. And the name of the game, we got a radar here. We're trying to save the innocent folk before they get devoured. We have limited weapons. I got the default weapon is the water pistol, at least with this character, Zeke. There is a second character you can play as. I forget if her weapon is different. Zeke is kind of the avatar of the early 90s boy, the sort of Bart Simpson straight up and down hair, a vaguely punkish attire. This is an interesting game. So we're rescuing everyone as a point of objective, but also that will affect the future levels of this game. everything is sort of carried through. And I think I saw an interview with one of the key developers or the director, and they were talking about the idea of the inventory being very much a long-term sort of situation. You really are trying to conserve your resources for future levels. You got to plan ahead. And that for me usually means just, using as little as possible. This is a good stage. I've been thinking a lot about sort of introductory stages in games. I'm getting killed here. This is a good one. It's relatively easy. It certainly gets you familiar with the game and its basic mechanics. Let's take the exit. It's kind of a Doctor Who, Bill and Ted vibe there with the door that sort of opens. It just reminds me of the TARDIS, the phone box, the magic door that will travel you to your next destination. I love the style of this game. Evening of the Undead. Funny little puns and references to classic games. Hopefully the sound is good. I like this song. Some kind of vocal sample. I don't know what it is. Sets an interesting mood though. The controls in this game are kind of interesting. To open or to check like cabinets and bins and stuff, you're just walking into stuff. You're not. There's no separate button. The buttons are a slightly contentious aspect of the game. I'm going backwards. Probably not what I want to do. Can confirm. So you sort of you got your health meter at the top, your main weapon, and your sort of special sub weapon. There's a button to scroll and a button to use. It's a little bit imprecise when you're in a tricky situation. The heat is on. You don't really want to be cycling through all your weapons looking for the right one. Oh no, it sounds like we lost somebody. I think we did. So you got to be on the ball because they can absolutely get the innocence, and losing innocence will cost you. I forget exactly how. The game is a lot more manageable if you've got more people rescued. So it's a very zombie-centric game early on. If you can play far enough, you get sort of 50s style UFOs, aliens. There's sort of like Invasion of the Body Snatchers, plants, Day of the Triffids sort of stuff. There's all kinds of things. I don't expect to get very far today. But this is a good game I feel to play on Halloween. A good blend of sort of cartoony fun, horror movie fun. It's got the goods. I don't have the goods. I would like to get down there, but let's just keep rolling. Level 3. Terror in Aisle 5. Here we go. You gotta be quick. And I wasn't. It's a little easy to get stuck on things. The controls aren't quite as slick as they might be. It's a little frustrating. We gotta save the cheerleader. Get up there. Ooh, that zombie was going for her. You can hear there is some sort of killer doll on the loose. We gotta save these hapless tourists. I don't know if this is a sort of a Dawn of the Dead scenario. Zombies loose in the mall. It's kind of what we're dealing with here. There's a very fun, cartoony quality to all of this. It's very much a 90s sort of style game. Here's the killer doll. Chucky, eat your heart out. Hurling axes. I should get the radar up. We have to at least make it to the next stage. It's a tough one, but it's a good one. Ooh, baby saved by the counter. Okay, we got one more innocent to rescue. Here we go. Very good. I could look around, but I'm going to get out of here. We're here for a good time, not a long time. We got more games to play through. This is the Hellhole Halloween Spectacular, etc. Here we go, level 4. Chainsaw Hedge Maze Mayhem. Kind of a boss style stage. Here we go. Chainsaw wielding hockey masked maniac is on the loose. And we got a maze. There's something about mazes that I just enjoy. I always have. I got one. This is a pretty tough stage. You definitely in danger of losing some good folks here. And yes, there are multiple chainsaw wielding maniacs. Jason-esque. It's sort of the archetypal cliche. It's not quite Jason Voorhees. It's what people maybe imagine sometimes when they think of Jason Voorhees or that type of chainsaw maniac. Jason really favors more of a machete kind of kill, although he does make use of implements as they present themselves. But I feel like the hockey mask and the chainsaw is sort of like a pop culture reference. A hodgepodge of maybe Jason and Leatherface, other ne'er-do-wells. Oh, I'm in trouble. So you can freeze the Jason guys with the fire extinguisher. Need to get in here. Save the baby. One more. Oh no, there's 3 more. 3 more. I've got the bazooka so I can blast through portions that they can cut through. But I generally would prefer to save it if I don't need to use it. Come on. Death has come for us on this Halloween night. This is a great game. What do you think of this game? Is it a trick or a treat? Let me know in the comments or here in the chat. And if you think it's a treat, maybe we'll come back, we'll play some more. But in the meantime, please enjoy the Hellhole Halloween Spectacular.
They say the pen is mightier than the sword, but in a mansion filled with ghosts, monsters, and vampire lords, a sternly worded letter just isn't going to cut it. You'll need the hot metal of the blade, but in this story, even that might not be enough. In this story, the greatest evil can always come back. It's not over until it's over. Be ready, young hunter. No one else is coming.
Define evil. We may just do it here tonight. 1986 Sega Master System game, Ghost House. Let's get into it. Now it's called Ghost House. There is far more at work here than ghosts. We are playing as the vampire hunter Mick. No relation, I assure you. And we gotta go bust 5 Draculas in this multi-leveled ghost house. Hidden trapdoors, ghosts, bats. All kinds of strange quirks behind this one. I just hit a light which freezes everything. There are many strange little quirks. Jumping in front of a fireplace triggers these attack arrows, or moving past the fireplace. You can see I got a knife, that's going to help, or sword, knife, sword, whatever it is, dagger. It's going to help me with Dracula. I believe if I get 25 of these arrows by jumping on them, I will get some sort of upgrade or invincibility. That looked like it stabbed me, but I don't know. This is a weird game. Here we go. Invincibility. It's a weird game, and it was a weird game for me to get back in the day as a kid. I believe I sort of got this off-season. It wasn't birthday, it wasn't Christmas. It was just a cheap acquired... lost all my shit. It was a cheaply acquired game. And it was a bit of a mixed blessing, I suppose. Nightmarish to play as a child, particularly with no real idea what anything does. I don't know if it explains it in the manual or not. I certainly wasn't aware of the various quirks. I had to sort of figure it out as I went. Like this sort of freezing. If you haven't figured it out, this is one of the Draculas we have to deal with. Ah, come on. So right now I'm getting pretty hammered. Here we go. Keep at it. Dracula can come back after you beat him, which is about as frustrating as it sounds. I don't know what big red there is. It breathes fire if you hang around too long. Always reminded me of Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. I'm getting pretty much hit with everything. So you can't jump on things. I'm doing lousy. This one, I think, will probably perfectly suit a quick hit here as part of the Halloween Spectacular in the Hellhole, because it is really a nightmare game. Here we go. Now we're ready. Come at me, bro. So the manual and the story does refer to this as a Dracula. There are multiple Draculas to be thwarted by Mick the Vampire Hunter. I know people enjoy that. People will get a kick out of calling them Draculas. I know it's hilarious. So there you go. This was a game that sort of, I had no idea how to play it. I got absolutely slaughtered every time I put it on. But eventually I started to learn some of the little tricks. Made some progress. I'm reluctant to call it a bad game. Particularly as it came from 1986. Different standards. Although it seems repetitive, there is quite a bit of architecture to the whole environment. You gotta give it credit for that. Here we go, we got a key, we got a sword. What do you got, Drac? Sometimes the frustrating part is just being on the right level when the bat becomes the Drac. I don't really expect to do a complete run through here of any kind. We're just gonna kick it old school for the Hellhole Halloween Spectacular. So yes, that's not a ritual that I'm repeatedly stabbing. That Dracula can come back. And if you've gone to the trouble of beating a Dracula once, you don't really want to have to do it again. Castlevania, this is not. But it's not completely without charm. You gotta give it that. Come on. Come at me. Okay. Ooh, we got it. We got it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's bad. I don't know if you can do it straight fist. Ah, fuck. This damn Dracula. Try to get some health. They call the question marks treasures, and I guess that's... Is that from the Dracula novel? Bram Stoker's novel? Come on. Well, I'm toast. On the plus side, has it retained my progress? I feel like this is the one I was just doing. I think it's got my progress, even though I did die. Well, I'm not getting up there in time. Come on, man. You dirtbag. Ah, get up the ladder. I like the little hands. It's not a lot of animation, but it is fun. Blah. Ah, you scumbag. Kind of expecting this knife to run out any minute now. Oh, come on. Well, there it is. Brutal. You can get caught in those webs. I'm not going to do it. Just use your imagination. Ah, come on. I believe this will be the first Master System game appearing in the Hellhole canon. I'm very excited about that. Steps have been taken to make that possible. Very exciting. If you're excited about that and want to see more Master System, you should definitely think about following, subscribing, and helping make that happen. There are games I would like to get to. Not sure if this is one of them. Ah, come on. I kind of hate just absorbing these hits, but it's a fact of the game. You're probably going to absorb some. And he's coming back. Of all the times for it to run out, I think I'm toast. Ah, crikey. I believe you need the key to open Dracula's coffin. Keys haven't been hard to come by, so that's no problem. If you happen to find yourself playing this game, you may need to know that. Can I head over here maybe? Come at me, bro. Well, I just got pushed right into the fire. Can we do it just the fist? Come on, let's do this. No, no chance. Well, what do you think? Is that a trick or a treat? Let me know in the comments or in the chat, and we will continue the Hellhole Halloween Spectacular.
Do you suffer from arachnophobia? Does a chill run down your spine at the merest thought that one of these tiny creatures could be crawling towards you right at this moment? Is it coming for your ankle or descending from the ceiling above? Perhaps you could reach for a can of spray or a boot to kill it as you have so many times before. What you're about to see is a story of the shoe on the other foot. Now you're the spider. Good luck.
So here's one for you. You might not know this. Arachnophobes beware. This is Spider, the game. I would say officially the title is Spider. That's what it says on the spine, but you may find this as Spider the video game because Spider's kind of tough to find. A 1997 PlayStation cult classic. I don't even know if it's a cult classic. You never hear anyone talk about Spider. But I found this a very intriguing game when it came out. And we're going to incorporate being a spider into our Halloween spectacular. It's really less a horror game and more of sort of like a sci-fi Max Headroom style sort of on rails 3D platformer. You know, it plays a little bit like Klonoa or something like that, but it's got the wall crawling mechanics which predate the Spider-Man video game, which is what you'll often find when you're trying to find Spider PlayStation. And so the mechanics of it are very, very novel. Obviously, it's got a long CG intro. So the idea here is the scientist is sort of transported into the body of his spider experiment, which is sort of, it reminds me of the Max Headroom TV series a little bit. There are other examples. There's a bit of an aesthetic similarity as well to Max Headroom. But here we go. You think you don't like spiders? Well, now you are a spider, and the spider's the good guy. Or at least the sympathetic protagonist that we're going to control. Some people don't like cutscenes. I'm a cutscene guy. I enjoy basking in the story, getting more context for the game that I'm playing. And I just like the design of this. This is a very appealing example of sort of early CG. Not too early. You know, it's 97. It's not like it's 87. Here we go. This is Spider. Let's get into it, and we'll have a little bit of a play around. Don't know how far I'll go. I haven't played this in a very long time, so I'm looking forward to it. Nice little map to show you where you're at, your different levels. Here we go. This is it. I am the spider. So this is very much on rails, but there are different directions to go, and you know, like a Klonoa, you can get to different planes. There's a bad guy spider. I can fight back, but the real hook here is that you'll get cyber organic upgrades that will let you fire weapons and things. Different kinds of insects posing different challenges. Look at this. We got this sort of aesthetically appealing vaporwave-esque sort of PC gear and things of that sort. Different drives. I guess I am nostalgic for this sort of aesthetic. You got the PlayStation stuff going on. Here we go. Here's an upgrade. Now I gotta remember how to use it. There you go. So we've got the flamethrower. Tasteful game, a simple game. It's sort of, I feel like it's got a little bit of that sort of Micro Machines appeal of entering the play space of everyday life. Here we got another upgrade now, missiles. How do I use this? There you go. Shoulder buttons to select which limb you're using. Different weapons. So yeah, there's sort of a micro machines kind of appeal with the you know, being shrunk down in everyday environments. We've also got wall crawling or this kind of thing. Like you stick to the surface. Not a lot of games doing that around this time. It's certainly not. I wouldn't say it's the first, but even like a Spider-Man game hadn't really gone all out on that stuff. There was a collectible down there. I didn't get that. This isn't a complete playthrough. This is just kind of, you know, a sampling of different treats and tricks for your Halloween buck. So it's sciencey. It's all science lab right now. You'll find yourself in the streets at some point. There's like a disco. No, not a disco. Sort of like a retro 70s funky lounge room or something. Lava lamps were big in the late 90s. Sort of that retro 60s, 70s thing that was going on at the time. So we've replaced the missile arm with a poison arm. I guess that's something you need to be mindful of when you're playing, that you could be replacing good weapons with weapons you're not as fond of. Here we got the poison wafting up. I don't remember. I don't think you can assign weapons to particular arms, but I might be wrong about that. Ah, got me. Should have got the health. Get enough collectibles, you get a life. Pretty standard gaming stuff. I think this is just a real tidy, enjoyable game. I like that the hero spider has sort of like a big, chunky quality, a little bit more cuddly. The enemy spiders are a bit more pointy. I don't know if that's, I don't know how, you know, like, was it deliberate? I'm not sure in the design. It feels very true to some of the spiders you'll find in real life. Just, you know, I think of like a huntsman spider as a bigger, friendlier type. There are multiple exits on stages. I believe you might like to explore a bit more rather than just take the first one that comes along. That's what we're doing here. So the sort of cubes with electro things. So there's a collectible disc. I forget what they do. Oh, there is a... Yeah, you can do this. I forgot. You can web down. Very Spider-Man, but not always something you could take for granted in a Spider-Man game. You know, at least at this vintage, this is really the time when Spider-Man games start to kick in. The PlayStation Spider-Man, and then I forget what it is. The Electro sequel. You know, these were the games where Spider-Man starts to become a 3D environment, fully realized web swinging, wall crawling Spider-Man. We'll have to get to those at some point. Alright, we got this thing. Can I go through the fire with that? I can. Why do I want to do that? Here we go. Can I go back this way? I can. Web down. That's just fun. Good, clean fun. Ah, I got beakered. I forget. if I have to go back and do this again, probably. I mean, if I want that weapon. I was going to say, you got to be careful in situations like that because there can be something out of view. It's the kind of game that, you know, it's simple. It's not too hectic, particularly this early areas, but you gotta keep on your toes. You're looking at every axis, the vertical, the horizontal. Death can come from any direction. Be ready for it. And it pays to be aware of potential areas for secrets and extra upgrades and things like that. It's a simple game, but it's a very fun game. Now we're getting somewhere. We got the boomerang. Dig that. We're getting a good play. Plenty of bang for your buck in this game. It's a surprisingly mellow game. I don't know how audible the music's been, but it's a pretty chill sort of score. I think it's a real nice time. Too close. I mean, you get the idea. This is pretty much it. Levels develop as you go, and things get a bit more interesting. But this is basically the idea. What do you think? Trick or treat? I think this is a bit of a treat. A sneaky, underrated treat. This is probably a game I will come back to, but let me know in the chat, in the comments, what do you think? Trick or treat? Is this one we should look at more? I think it's really nice. A good one to play on Halloween.
Between the forces of light and shadow, there exists an inextricable bond. One cannot exist without the other. The brighter the light, the darker the shadow. But what of the dark that is all-encompassing? This generational trauma begs a spark, igniting within an inevitable existential crisis. Balkan folklore speaks of the Dhampir, a child of vampire and mortal. A spark. Or in this case,
So here we go, back with a bit of an old favorite. I feel like Vampire Knight has kind of slipped into obscurity a little bit. I don't know if you know this one. This is a PlayStation 2 classic, Namco light gun supported game. I'm playing with a control. We might be able to work something out at a future date. I might like to try to set up
Yes. How long I've waited for this moment.
my old TV and get the G-Con working.
Let us settle this once and for all. Who shall live and who shall die?
Looks like nothing survived here, too. They're coming.
I'm bound to be a little bit rusty. Let's see how we do. Ooh. I like the style of this game. I like just the vibe. There's something about this period of gaming. These kinds of games, they just feel a little bit special to me. Particularly now that we're sort of so far removed. This is technically a retro game now. Look at this. So we're vampire hunters, and we're hunting vampires.
Help me! Everyone's turning into vampires.
Stay back.
I don't know what that kid's accent is. It sounds a little bit Kiwi or phony Aussie. I don't know what that's about. Okay, well. I missed my targets. So this isn't just indiscriminate shooting. Some of these guys, you gotta hit certain areas. Okay, here we go, here we go. Nope, no good. Oh no. So I could save these villagers, and there's different modes where you can sort of take on missions. I think one of the first missions is to save her. She's somebody's wife.
Wait! Who are you?
We hunt the creatures of the dark. Vampire hunters.
Very cheesy voice acting, but some favorite lines in this one for me. Fondly regarded. Nice presentation style. Very, very turn of the millennium, but I still like it.
As might have been expected of a vampire hunter.
Wonderful. What interesting experimental material they are.
As expected, not bad.
Interesting. Let's see them do better.
Wait!
Let's go. Yeah.
Those voices, it feels like there's a weird sort of Kiwi or I don't know, strangely Aussie connection here. I don't know what that is. I could be shooting stuff in the background. This is a much better game to play with a light gun, which is what I used to do back in the day. There are multiple paths. I think I've missed one of the branching paths already. I think if I saved a little kid, we would have gone down a different road. Pretty standard, I think, for these kinds of games. You probably know your Time Crisis or House of the Dead, things like that. The arcade games that kind of found their way home. I think Vampire Knight was an arcade game, but I never saw it in the wild. I only knew it as a console game. It was one of the few light gun games that I ever played, at least at home.
Behind you!
I don't know what to make of these little freaks. It kind of makes me think of Castlevania. Okay, let's try to save some folks.
This can't be. My wife. My daughter.
Tough times. Damn.
Reload.
Okay. Well, you're gonna die. The sort of werewolf-looking thing there reminds me of Vampire Hunter D. I don't know how much these influences may have impacted this game. Kind of feel like it has, but maybe there's some sort of tradition from Japan or something that they're all drawing from. I have no idea what she just said.
Thank you for saving me. The square is right ahead.
She reminds me of the Australians from The Simpsons. They don't sound right.
Stay back. Amazing. Your powers. I am the one who serves the vampire. What a joy. Finally to meet such powerful ones. Draw your guns. Don't disappoint me.
I like this guy. There's something legitimately unsettling about him sort of rushing up to the player. And I like the light armor. Gauntlets. This is all a hell of a lot easier with a light gun. I'm very out of practice.
Now, let's have some fun.
Reload.
Can shoot the projectiles out of the air before they hit you, but it's very weird. There's small targets. Ah, come on.
I never thought I'd meet such worthy opponents. But the fun's over. Be prepared, because I've no mercy for you. This sword will mark your grave.
A little bit of a Castlevania style transition into a sort of demon creature. The hand saws are a nice touch. I don't know what that reminds me of. Something else. Heck. Kidding me? Hit the... How freaking hard is it? Hit the target, man. Got him.
Why protect the humans? What are you fighting for? Why? Light and shadow. Is there no way to free us from fate?
I love that. I love that cheesy, melodramatic dialogue. That's good times. I like that vampire boss. He's got an unusually weak jaw. That seems a little bit out of place, but fair enough. I'm not planning to play the whole game, but you know, we're doing okay. My guess is my luck will start to run out soon.
Lose to humans? We are not made for defeat. You're no vampire. Have you gone crazy? Pointing a gun at me?
Don't worry, this gun knows who to destroy.
What a coincidence. I know too. And it's you!
I know you are, but what am I?
After I'm done with you, no one will know if you existed or not.
Oh boy. Small obnoxious targets. Oh boy. I think there's a way to go both directions here. I forget how. These guys, you want to hit the fuel tanks if you can. Speeds it up. Lots of little quirks that you learn through playing this game. It's got a few different modes. There's like wacky weapons and missions, specific targets.
My body. I'm back to normal.
There's a bit of replay value in this one. I played it on and off back in the PS2 days. I would like to try the light gun again. I recently discovered that my old television is working, so it is an option. It's something I might do at some point. Nah. Bad shooting. Sorry, buddy. I got the thing. Yeesh. It's the end of Willy Wonka.
Don't be so sure of yourselves, humans. You stupid humans. I'll show you how incompetent you are.
Love the presentation in this game. Very nice. Story is very simple but effective, and I like the different levels. The stages have got a nice flavor. That's as far as we're gonna go. What do you reckon? Trick or treat? Let me know in the chat or the comments. This is definitely one that I consider a treat. I think I will be coming back to it. Like I said, I want to try the light gun. I got my old TV. It's going to be an elaborate setup, but it just might work. So see how we go.
Masks. A veil of anonymity, protection, or the face of another identity. Some masks shield us from airborne contagion or physical injury. Others liberate the psyche to become something else. What you're about to see is some combination of all of these, as two hapless teens engage in the timeless ritual of a trip through the forest to a mansion filled with secrets.
What Halloween spectacular would be complete without the 1988 arcade sensation that is Splatterhouse? Look at this, setting a mood. Rick and Jennifer out for a stroll, visiting West Mansion. That was their first mistake. Game over. I haven't even played yet. Here we go. There it is. That's the Terror Mosque. There's Rick. Check this out. This is one clunky ass old arcade game, but I love it. And it had to happen. White hockey mask looking like Jason Voorhees. Very obviously. That's the appeal. Always loved the Friday the 13th movies as a kid. Didn't get to see them, but I was very intrigued by Jason. And I guess this game kind of fulfills that idea that you want to root for Jason. You want him to be the hero. And this game kind of delivers on that. It's very clever in that sense. And there's some splatter for you. Living up to the name. We're not in the house yet. I guess we're underground. Ooh, should I switch? Yeah, I'll switch. 2x4 it is. Whoa. Whoa. That actually went pretty well. These controls are really, really clunky and stiff. And I'm playing on an old pad, so see how I go here. Usually have trouble in this stage. Definitely want to get to some of the arcade games, the sequel, not the arcade, the console sequels. We can definitely get into that. Man, I got chumped by weird little leech things. It's a pretty gross aesthetic to a lot of this stuff, but very, very appropriate for a Halloween spooktacular, if you ask me. Yes, I said spooktacular. I resisted the pun for the actual official title of what we're doing here, but it is a spooktacular by any other name. The controls are just the ugly, stiff nonsense. I'm going to struggle here. I knew I would. There's a slide kick, but I don't know how to do it. And that's not going to... Oh, wow. I mean, as arcade games go, this one's going to get you quarters. I'm actually going to go second run. Oh. Whatever. Here we go. Continue. Yes. We've got continues. That's good. Okay. Continue, but I still gotta go back. Where's the justice? How does that work? Does it continue or not? I guess in an arcade context, that would let you continue playing without extra cost. I don't know. But that... Everything about this is just really stiff and awkward. There's very little margin for error. You got to be right on it. It's really in some ways just a disgusting artifact of the arcade era. But aesthetically, conceptually, I do love it. That's probably where the console games will be a bit more appealing. But I'd like to do a run through this one. Let's proceed. Let's proceed with the machete this time. There's really no difference as far as I know. Run away. Run away. Come on, let's do this. With an old control, part of the challenge here is just not slipping out of position, getting up, walking around. Ah, come on. That's very, very harsh, very cruel. Are you kidding me? I mean, we're done. We're done. Brutal. Brutal, man. Very unforgiving. I'm trying to turn without getting up. We done? One more. Just one more to really screw with you. We did okay though. Look at that. That's kind of exciting. Just unpleasant terrain at every turn. Freaky monsters, demons, creatures, suffering and torment. Everything you could want for a Halloween kind of vibe. Ugh. This one's not for the squeamish. At least a stage like this, you know, you can get through that pretty easy. What do we got? Let's see. We're in the sewers now. Love these graphics. You know, this is a game that lives and dies by its graphics, clearly. Oh, I gotta jump this. Ah, blew it. Mines in the sewer. Makes sense. Why not? So I forget the exact story of this game. I think Rick's a... Oh no. Is Rick a psychology student or something? We got to continue. Used to love seeing the double page ad for Splatterhouse in the comics. That's something we'll have to revisit if we come back to this game. I think I will come back to it. Here we go. So I guess all of that was stage 1 earlier. Stages within stages. The range of weapon effects is pretty good. The fact that you can slice dudes, you can clobber them, splatter them in the background. That's pretty good for a game of this vintage. I got a little bit cavalier there. If you remain still for too long, there's sort of like a killer fog that'll catch up with you. So you can't just hang around indefinitely. There is a thrust to moving forward. It is really a game that hates you for wanting to play it, and will take your money and leave you battered and bruised in the arcade. Splatterhouse 2 is very similar to this one. Splatterhouse 3 gets a bit more creative with it, loosens up, amps up your powers. That's one I'd be interested to play sometime. Oh, come on. Brutal. The jump is about as awkward as it looks. It's a very stiff, lurching sort of hop. Ah, come on, come on, come on, come on. Get them all, get them all. What? What? Got a double. Maybe I should be ducking there, I don't know. Ah, so close. Well, what do you think? Trick or treat? I think this one is... It could go either way. I like it, but it's a cruel game. Let me know in the comments in the chat if you think it's a trick or a treat. I'm sure it's a game I'll come back to. There's a certain mystique to Splatterhouse. We might come back to some of those other sequels.
This has been the Hellhole Halloween Spectacular. Remember to join me again for a marathon of heroes and horrors. Thank you for joining me. Good night.